Namaskar and welcome again to Planet to Soul Astrology. So, friends, hope you all are doing wonderful and enjoying my videos. And yes, today we are going to talk about Ketu. I have made several videos related to Ketu also, but today I am going to discuss one of the snapshot thing or method or rule how to read your Ketu in a chart. There are several or multiple methods of reading Ketu because we always compare Ketu or we always consider Ketu connection to our past life accounts, because Ketu is something, is Pandora of our deeds. Same way, when we are reading Ketu or Rahu, because Ketu and Rahu are nodes and they are moreover connected to our present life, material life, all other planets, whatever we see in a chart, we have to put more attention towards these nodes because we are in Kali Yuga and we are in Manushya Janma, this birth. So definitely Rahu and Ketu are overpowering our lives because Rahu and Ketu are full of material life because Ketu has a tendency, Ketu has a capacity to give you fruits at fullest. Ketu can also make you king from just nowhere. Ketu can rise you up from bottom to top. Ketu has that tendency because Ketu, in other words, is victory. That is why, whatever things we are conquering in a life, we are putting our milestones on that particular place. Say, for example, somebody is conquering just Mount Everest, or somebody is going to Himalayas, or somebody is through NASA, is somebody is connected to Chandrayaan, or whatever it is. We are just putting our flag over there that this is the last destination, this is the last stage we have achieved during this task, and nothing is more than this because this is the last thing. That is why we always connect Ketu with moksha, because once you achieve that, nothing is more than that. You do not have to achieve anything more than that. That is the last thing. That is why Ketu is connected to moksha. That is why flag is connected to Ketu. That is why shikhar or shiki of any temple, where we put flag also, or top of any mountain, top of anything, top of any object is connected to Ketu. Also, top of needle is also connected to Ketu. If your Ketu is powerful in your chart, this Ketu can send you up upward movement. This could be in your spiritual practices, in your material practices, in your social life, in your material life, in your educational life. Whatever you are living in this birth is connected to your past life karma, and same way you are bound to get Ketu as your planet in your chart, friends. So, going more deeper about this Ketu, one of the thing what I have observed and I have studied also through different literatures, specifically in Nadi Shastras, it is mentioned that whatever planet is going ahead or behind to Ketu, specifically if any planet which is residing behind Ketu, that house and that planet signification, person is always lingering. That means person is striving more to get that thing in his or her life. Say, for example, you have Ketu in your 8th house and Jupiter in your 7th house of a chart. Definitely marriage fixing, social relationship, long distance travels, marital bliss, progeny, anatomy connected to your 7th house. You are definitely struggling related to those things because Ketu is traveling, Ketu is acting as a barrier or obstacle, because Ketu says that if you will do struggles, it seem like Saturn only. That is why Saturn and Ketu combination is also Virakti combination, or we can call it as a detached combination, because Ketu gets 5 to 10 times more exaggerated, or Ketu is capable of giving 100 times fruits with some particular planet where this Ketu is more comfortable. And definitely it is depending on what planet it is posited with. Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury. You have to see, even if both are together in your chart, like Ketu is with another planet, then also see these fruits. But specifically what I am talking today, if Ketu is posited ahead to your any planet, then definitely you are bound to get these fruits. If Ketu is posited ahead to your Mercury, say for example your Mercury is posited in third house of chart and fourth house is having Ketu, so definitely communication, connectivity with your siblings, uh, your struggles, your efforts, your innovative ideas, because Mercury has a capacity of making doubling or tripling of that particular things. That is why we correlate Mercury with multiplicity, right? That is why Sun and Mercury whenever together, because Sun is your ambition, Sun is your Atma, and whatever things you are making you ambitious, if Mercury is posited along with this Surya, or in Mercury nakshatra also if Surya is posited, then definitely your ambitions, your desires, your dreams are doubling and tripling. And if by grace of God you have good planetary position, definitely this Ketu will definitely give you more and more fruits if it is connected with this Surya or Mercury, or these both planets are in Ketu nakshatra. But after long wait it will give you. That is why Ketu is said to be good in 11th house of chart. 11th house is of gains, 11th house is of victory also. And when Ketu transit from your 11th house or is in your 11th house, because it is immediately aspecting your 5th house of past life karma, past life connectivity, and definitely you are bound to enjoy fruits of this Ketu in your this life. Isn't it very beautiful? Same way, Ketu is connected to our past life karma also. If Mercury or Saturn or Mars are behind this Ketu in your chart, then definitely you have fully enjoyed fruits of these planets in your last life, and this life you are bound, or you have to correlate your deeds and karmas, and you have to enhance this planet in your chart. Even though if your planets are in Ketu nakshatra, same way you have to enhance fruits of that particular planets by karmic or by spiritual remedies. Karmic remedy is connected to humanity. Karmic remedies are connected to improving your inner and outer soul, improving your aura, improving your working pattern, improving your strategy of any work. And spiritual remedies are just keeping your mind calm to make your aura more clear and more visible and more positive. This is very 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 deep, but if you once you will understand this Ketu, you will never blame Ketu that Ketu is not giving me fruits. Ketu is a detached planet, no doubt. That is why Ketu is the ultimate goal. That is why we say that Ketu is said to be good in 12th house of chart. But which nakshatra, which planet it is with, or which sign it is posited, that counts a lot. Rather than Ketu in 12th will give detachment, then this Ketu will give you detachment from material life also, because it is immediately 6th to your 7th house, prarabdha of your 7th house. You are not enjoying fruits of your marriage or your partnership, or with your partner you are not fully satisfied. That is why Ketu is posited in your 12th house. In any of your birth, you have enjoyed this house fruits in a full manner. That is why this life you are struggling, or you are starving for that particular fruits of that planet. That is why Ketu, wherever posited in your chart, that house related signification you are always lacking for, or you are always eagering for to get it, right? If Ketu is in your 9th house of chart, then father's bliss you are eagerly waiting for, or you could not get the fullest parental bliss, or your ancestral bliss, or your forefathers bliss. Definitely there will be some curses, because 9th house is again the widened house of your dharma, then definitely you are bound to enjoy, or you can be deprived from those type of foods. So you just have to see, if no planet is behind Ketu, then also you have to observe the sign which is posited behind this Ketu, the sign lord, and which nakshatra that sign lord is posited. Definitely this also you have to assess in your chart. So this was in a short how you have to see your Ketu position in a chart. Next time I will come with different topic. Do subscribe, share and like my channel, and stay tuned with Planet Soul Astrology. And as I always say, Sabka Mangal Ho. May all be blessed. Namaste.